Hello tubes, this is a lawnmower here I got. A friend of mine saw this, it was being thrown out into subdivision. So he sent me a text message and told me about it and gave me the approximate address. And I later on went out and got it after taking my daughter to sneak a peek out of school. Yes, in Georgia, the schools start on August 1st. Anyway, and when I got it home, and later on, I took a few minutes to look at it, and it's the state it's in now. This is the spark plug. It's kind of fouled, lots of oil. When I pulled it, tried to pull it, it wouldn't pull. The handlebars were on upside down, and when I inspected the blade, the blade was hitting the deck. I just had to take a hammer and bang the deck a little bit to give it some clearance. But then and I found all this rope around the shaft and blade, thinking maybe that was it. No, and nope. It still wouldn't pull. Wasn't seized, but because I could move the blade manually. What it was, well, when I took the spark plug out, which is this, oil just oozed out of it, and it's all over the deck you see here, and it got on my garage floor here, and on top of my cardboard, I don't know, catch basin. So, looks like we got a HydroLocked lawnmower here, where they put too much oil in there, and the oil got in front of the piston. So I'm going to unhydrolock this thing and fix it, and I think it should be good after that. The first step you do when you have a HydroLocked lawnmower, you take the spark plug out, then you pull the cord that lets any excessive oil come out of the spark plug hole. It's messy. This is a messy job, but it worked. Then you basically drain some oil out so it gets to the right level, and clean out the spark plug or put another spark plug in, and try to run it. It'll smoke a lot. It'll smoke more than a barbecue smoker in July. So here we go. I've got another spark. I've got to clean out the spark plug, put it back in, and we're going to see how this is. I have not, well, I might as well go ahead and check out the air filter. Someone's been into this. Air filter's on backwards. Expect this to be oil soaked. Yeah. Yeah, oh. And there's oil all throughout in the intake. So this may not run, and it looks like it's a carb clean too. This is the air filter I took out. The air filter isn't bad. It's just that it needs to be cleaned out. Need to wash this out with some soap and water and let it sit in the sun to dry out. Clean off the air filter, just soap and water. I'm just gonna put this back in. It has to dry out now before I can use it. So that's why it's sitting here in the sun. Now we're gonna try to start this thing. So it's probably not gonna, it's gonna smoke like, you know, banshee. So I'm gonna take this outside and try to start it. I did check the oil level. It's within the acceptable range just to try to run it. So let me see how this goes. Okay. That spit out a lot of oil. Too. Priming. Huh. So let's dive into the carburetor. Hey tubes, just got this off. This carburetor's got a little different setup. You see the spring there where it connects and where the linkage for the governor connects. This is different than I've seen on this type of carburetor before. So always make a note of this kind of thing. Okay, now I'm going to empty this gas tank and take the diaphragm off in the carburetor. It's 5 bolts around here, 5 screws, excuse me. Just use a Phillips head and it pops right off. I just emptied out the gas tank. This is what was in it. Looks like oil and gas mixed together. I don't see any, and there's a little bit of water in the bottom there, I see. So possibly this mower got tipped on its side and caused oil to flow into the cylinder head and maybe hydrolock it, and then did this. Oh, this is always a chore to do, but that's okay. You're on the workbench. Well, makeshift workbench. Got this carburetor off loose now. Let's take it out, take a look at things. This doesn't look too bad itself, but in there doesn't look so good. See all that junk in there? Diaphragm, let's take a look. If need be, I have a replacement diaphragm I could use. Just looks like it's still good. So I'll clean this off, put it back in. But I have to clean this off first. Got the gas tank cleaned out now. And now I'm going to work on the carburetor. What I did is I dumped it and then literally put water in here and then rinsed it out, and then used my blower here to dry it out. Okay, just clean this carburetor out. What you do is you take your carburetor cleaner with the nozzle, you spray through everything that looks like it has a hole, you take the screen off, you spray it and then put it back, you spray it in that, you spray in all the holes, spray all the holes in there. You see, get a better shot here in the sun. You can see that. Can you see that? Spray all the holes in there. Yeah, that's better. Spray all the holes in there out, and then you reinstall. Put the diaphragm back on. It only goes one way. Normally, if you get a new diaphragm, it has this thin piece, and then the gasket goes on top. You just set it down on top, and then you install this back in, and put your 5 bolts back on. Get it all back on. Just tighten these bolts up. You do this alternating sides mechanically. This way, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Snug them up. Then keep on doing the same thing to tighten it down. I'm gonna meet you back over on the mower to put this back on. Back here at the mower, and we're gonna put this back on. To put this back on, you need always put your breather tube back in first, otherwise it makes it difficult to put it on after it's on the mower. Going to stick this linkage back into the big hole, and then the spring goes into here in the smaller hole and it links up to here. Got the carburetor back installed, cleaned. linkage is put in. I may have to bend this one forward a little bit, depends on how it runs or doesn't run. That basically sets your idle speed. Tighten up some bolts in the back, and let's go see if this runs and this thing's gonna smoke. Yeah, I got it out here in my street because I don't want any more oil going to my driveway. It's priming. Let's see if this bad boy runs. Well, I'll be first full. I'll let it burn off all that oil, the muffler, and whatever water might be there. So, hello tubes. Looks like it was got this one fixed. I gotta just finish it up. Change the oil, give it another bath, sharpen the blade. So I don't know if I've mentioned this before. A friend of mine told me this mower being thrown out in this subdivision, so he told me where it was, and I went and got it later. So it's still smoking a little bit here out of the muffler, but that's expected. So again, I'm surprised that this picked up and ran, but amazingly, I can't, why people throw this stuff out, I don't know, and don't take better care of their equipment. Hello tubes. Just emptied out all the oil, and the oil of the day, which is what I've always been using, unless it's 10W30 asked for, and I happen to have some old stuff that's still good, is SuperTech SAE 30 from Walmart. It's the cheapest you can get, and it's not bad. Been using this for, I don't know, 20 years. So takes about, at least take about a half a quart. So I'll go fill this up. Now when you empty the oil, you can either drain it out of here and tip it over. That's not the preferred way, although sometimes it's the only way. Or there is a drain plug on the bottom of the mower that let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it? Your 3/4 inch socket extension will fit into. Now where did I put it? There it is. Basically you stick this into it. It's got a little, it's a bolt that has a square head to it. You stick this into it and you unscrew it. See if I have one that I'll show you that I pulled off of a mower. Thought I had one in here. Yeah, looks like this. Okay, tubes. Gonna take this blade off and sharpen it. I got this wood here to block the blade. Spark plug is removed, so that can block this. This is what I was talking about. That's the drain plug. So I got my breaker bar here and a 9/16 socket to take this off. This blade looks like it's seen better days. Put that blade back on. It could stand to be replaced, but I don't have another 22-inch blade, so I sharpened it, and it's still not completely balanced, but as best I could get it. So I just mowed my lawn a couple of days ago, so I really can't use it here. So I'm gonna go to my brother-in-law's, mow his, see how this thing behaves. Okay, tubes. Back here with this Poulan Pro that I trash picked with the tip from my friend who told me where it was.
It was overfilled with oil, and someone had turned it over on the wrong side and got too much oil, and it flew over into the carburetor. So I had to clean out the carburetor, clean out the gas tank, change the oil. I sharpened the blade. It probably could stand to get a new blade. I don't have another 22-inch blade. I have a 21 inch. But so I it's just trash picked. It now starts on the first pull. So I'm gonna go take this over and give it a little bit of a workout. Until next time, too. See you later. Smoking you're seeing there, I had it over on its side, take the blade off, so that's just some residual burning off. So see you later, tubes.